Hi there, this is Emily with the ITONICS Academy, and I'll be presenting this course about the fundamentals of innovation portfolio management. This course addresses the most essential questions about how companies can unlock the value hidden in their innovation operations, making the most out of every dollar spent. And remember, in the ITONICS Academy, you define the tempo. This course is available 24/7, so the speed of your progress is in your hands. To start, ask yourself this question and give an honest answer. How satisfied are you with your company's return on innovation investments? When we ask this question to corporate innovation leaders around the globe, the most frequent answer is a crushing 2 out of 5, meaning that most companies do not see the returns they desire on their innovation spending. Our observations are backed up by multiple studies. In the last 5 years, according to Accenture, corporate spending on innovation has risen continuously, increasing at a pace of around 6 to 8% compound annual growth rate. At the same time, most companies fail to see adequate value coming from those investments. Estimates are that return on spending has declined by 27% in the 5 years between 2017 and 2022. What's more, 57% of companies report that increasing innovation spending has not helped them gain an edge over their competition and not prevented them from falling further behind. In short, companies clearly invest more in innovation, but the business outcomes remain questionable. If we look a little deeper into the issue, we find 3 primary root causes for this dilemma. First, in many firms there is a disconnect between strategic planning and successful execution. This gap often arises from a failure to translate visionary ideas into actionable, practical steps. Although companies may excel at ideating groundbreaking concepts, the challenge lies in effectively implementing these ideas within the operational framework. This lack of alignment veers focus and resources off course, causing promising innovations to falter in the transition from blueprint to reality. Such a scenario highlights the need for a cohesive approach that not only dreams big, but also anchors those dreams in the realities of execution and market dynamics. Secondly, a significant factor draining resources on innovation investment is the prevalence of zombie projects. These are initiatives that consume resources but yield no meaningful outcomes. Often kept alive due to emotional attachment, sunk costs, or lack of rigorous review, these projects lead to a substantial misallocation of time, money, and talent. The diverting of critical resources away from potentially high-impact innovations stifles portfolio growth and performance. Companies should regularly evaluate and stop underperforming projects before this occurs, redirecting resources to initiatives with clearer paths to value creation and market relevance. The third major obstacle to achieving high returns on innovation investment is ineffective prioritization, which starves crucial projects of necessary resources. In many companies, there's a scattergun approach to allocating resources, with numerous projects pursued simultaneously without a clear strategic focus. This dilutes efforts and resources, leaving potentially transformative innovations underfunded and undersupported. Without a rigorous strategic prioritization process, companies risk spreading their innovation investments too thin, neglecting the projects that could provide the most significant market impact and long-term value. Effective prioritization is key to ensuring that the most important projects receive the attention and resources they truly deserve. None of these 3 issues are really new. Companies have struggled with missing alignment, lack of prioritization, and irrelevant activities for a long time. Still, in today's world, it's more crucial than ever to strengthen the productivity of your firm's innovation operations. Looking only about 10 years back, the business landscape placed a heightened emphasis on innovation and creativity. These buzzwords drove corporate strategies more intensely than today. During this period, there was a notable surge in investment towards innovative projects with a more liberal flow of capital. Companies, caught in the fervor of staying ahead in a rapidly evolving market, often pursued novel ideas without the stringent cost assessments that are prevalent now. This era was characterized by a certain optimism and a willingness to invest heavily in innovation, under the belief that creativity and groundbreaking ideas would inevitably lead to substantial returns. Rigorous financial scrutiny was sidelined. While innovation remains an important topic, the perspective on corporate innovation has changed profoundly in the last few years. In contrast with the liberal investment climate of the past, today's corporate innovation teams face heightened pressure to be productive and create tangible value. In the current business environment, there's a more pronounced focus on ensuring that every dollar invested in innovation yields measurable outcomes. This shift reflects a growing demand for accountability and efficiency in innovation spending. Companies are no longer content with innovation for its own sake. Instead, they demand clear, quantifiable returns. This has led innovation teams to adopt a more results-driven approach, emphasizing developing projects that align closely with strategic goals and directly impact the company's bottom line. Based on our experience working with over 250 innovation leaders across the globe, the solution to these problems is found at the very top of the pyramid of strategic execution. Here we find effective portfolio management. In contrast to the lower tiers of project and program management that deal with the day-to-day execution of specific initiatives, portfolio management takes a more holistic view. It emphasizes where best to focus the firm's limited resources to support larger strategic objectives. In short, project and program management are about getting things done and doing things right, whereas portfolio management is about doing the right things. Now, when looking into corporate innovation, we often see quite sophisticated operations in project and program management, usually handled by a project management office. While those are great at coordinating the efforts of different project teams, they often don't have the authority to make big picture decisions about how to allocate resources. A solid project management office, or PMO, may be a prerequisite for innovation success, but they are hardly the factor that moves the needle. To put it differently, PMOs provide the foundation for effective execution, but they are not the key differentiator. That's where portfolio management comes in. By taking a wider and more collaborative view of the company's goals and resources, portfolio managers can make informed decisions about which projects to prioritize across the entire organization. Over the next 4 sessions in this course, we'll take you through best practices and cutting-edge methodologies in innovation, portfolio management. You can expect to find answers to the following questions. What are the essential components of innovation portfolio management, and what roles and structures must be in place to achieve portfolio management maturity? How can you ensure that your company's strategic priorities receive the appropriate resources, and how do you focus and align your innovation efforts to create tangible business value? How can you best streamline your portfolio and ensure efficient usage of resources, eliminating waste and creating strong synergies? And finally, how can you balance your portfolio of innovation initiatives, ensuring it serves both future and present business needs? Our aim is to help you lay the groundwork to achieve a solid return on every dollar spent on corporate innovation. Welcome back. After discussing the importance of strong innovation portfolio management, let's now look at what innovation portfolio management actually is, the tasks and challenges it encompasses, and the organizational setup necessary to manage innovation portfolios effectively. In a nutshell, innovation portfolio management is a crucial organizational process involving the strategic oversight and administration of a collection of innovation projects or investment. It entails evaluating, selecting, and prioritizing these initiatives to align with the company's broader strategic goals while balancing risk and potential returns. It also requires a nuanced understanding of market trends, customer needs, and technological advancements, coupled with a keen eye for identifying and nurturing promising ideas. Effective portfolio management ensures that resources are allocated efficiently, risks are managed, and efforts are concentrated on the innovations most likely to drive sustainable growth and competitive advantage for the company. Let's go into more detail. Innovation portfolio management encompasses 3 main tasks. The first major component of innovation portfolio management is discovering opportunities arising from change. This involves observing and understanding shifts in market trends, technological advancements, consumer behaviors, and competitive dynamics. The goal is to identify and capitalize on these changes, turning them into viable innovation opportunities. This process requires a forward-looking approach where managers not only respond to current market demands, but also anticipate future needs and disruptions. By staying attuned to the evolving landscape, innovation portfolio managers can identify emerging opportunities that may offer substantial value and competitive advantage, thereby shaping the organization's future growth trajectory. The second major component of innovation portfolio management is prioritizing the most valuable initiatives. This process involves critically evaluating each project within the portfolio based on strategic alignment, potential for impact, and resource requirements. It's about discerning which innovations hold the greatest promise for market success and align most closely with the company's long-term goals. This prioritization ensures that resources, such as time, capital, and personnel, are allocated effectively, maximizing the chances of success for these key projects. It requires a balance between short-term gains and long-term strategic objectives. This may involve tough decisions to delay, change, or even terminate less promising projects in favor of those with higher potential for significant returns and competitive advantage. The third major component of innovation portfolio management is executing a balanced growth portfolio. This step goes beyond planning and prioritization to actually implementing the selected initiatives. It involves efficiently managing resources, timelines, and team efforts to bring chosen innovations to fruition. Execution in this context demands a harmonious blend of agility and precision. You need to ensure that projects stay on track while adapting to any unforeseen challenges or opportunities. It's about transforming strategic vision into tangible results. You want to maintain a balance between disruptive, high-growth potential projects and those that offer steady, incremental improvements. This is foundational to dynamic, diversified portfolios that drive sustainable growth. The innovation portfolio manager takes the driver's seat in all of this. Their role is to steer the organization's energy for creativity and development towards strategic objectives. Their primary responsibility is prioritizing projects within the innovation portfolio. The manager must assess each project's potential impact, alignment with strategic goals, and resource requirements. This process involves making tough decisions to allocate limited resources effectively. They must ensure that the most promising initiatives receive adequate attention and support. By focusing on projects with the highest potential for success, the innovation portfolio manager maximizes the company's chances of achieving market impact and growth. Executing the innovation portfolio is another critical aspect of their role. Once projects are selected and prioritized, the innovation portfolio manager oversees their implementation. They must navigate the challenges of bringing innovative ideas to life while managing risks, timelines, budgets, and collaborators. This phase requires adept project management skills and coordination with various teams and stakeholders to ensure that initiatives progress smoothly from concept to completion. Finally, the innovation portfolio manager is responsible for continuously monitoring and adjusting the portfolio. This involves tracking the performance of ongoing projects, learning from successes and failures, and making necessary adjustments. The manager must remain agile, ready to respond to new information or market changes. They ensure that the portfolio evolves in line with the company's strategic objectives and the dynamic nature of innovation. This role is pivotal in maintaining a balanced, effective portfolio that drives sustainable innovation and growth for the company. Effective governance structures are crucial for successful innovation portfolio management. So let's look at a best practice example from one of our clients and explore how you can implement top-notch innovation portfolio management in your organization. The governance structure centers around the portfolio management core team, which reports to the innovation portfolio manager. This team acts as a central nerve of the operation, coordinating all activities related to the portfolio and streamlining decision-making processes. They oversee the day-to-day management, ensuring that communication channels between various stakeholders are open, effective, and conducive to collaboration and innovation. At the executive level, the Portfolio Decision Board plays a pivotal role. Comprised of senior leaders, this board provides strategic direction and oversight for the portfolio. Their decisions are based on the broader objectives and vision of the company. They ensure that the portfolio aligns with the company's overall goals. They're responsible for major decisions such as approving, rejecting, or reprioritizing projects based on their strategic value. The Portfolio Decision Board also plays a crucial role in risk management. They assess potential risks at the portfolio level and ensure that any risks are adequately managed. On the operational front, project managers are another key player in the innovation portfolio management ecosystem. They are responsible for executing individual projects within the portfolio. They ensure that projects are completed on time, within budget, and to the desired quality standards. Project managers work closely with the portfolio management organization, providing regular updates and feedback. This collaboration ensures that the project aligns with the portfolio's strategic objectives and adheres to the guidelines set by both the portfolio management core team and the decision board. Working together is essential to identify and resolve issues quickly, adapt to changes, and ensure the successful delivery of each project within the innovation portfolio. Welcome back. In this session, we explore a pivotal aspect of innovation portfolio management, the art of discerning and concentrating efforts on the most impactful projects. We'll dissect strategies to identify these key initiatives, methods to allocate resources effectively, and techniques to align them with overarching business objectives. This session is essential for those who want to sharpen their focus in the landscape brimming with potential, yet constrained by finite resources. In their eagerness to innovate and stay ahead, many companies spread themselves too thin by venturing into too many strategic topics and fields of innovation. This approach, while seemingly expansive, can actually hamper performance. By trying to cover too much ground, these companies dilute their efforts and resources, leading to suboptimal results in each area. This lack of concentrated effort prevents them from making significant breakthroughs or achieving a strong competitive edge in any specific domain. A strategic focus field is a clearly defined area where a company chooses to concentrate its innovation efforts. It represents a segment of the market or technological domain where the company sees the highest potential for growth and impact. To maintain a targeted and effective innovation strategy, we advise companies to define up to 3 strategic focus fields at most. This limitation ensures a deep, thorough exploration of each field, fostering more impactful innovation results. Having clear strategic focus fields significantly enhances innovation performance. It allows companies to channel their resources, expertise, and research into areas with the highest return potential. This focused approach leads to deeper market insights, stronger competitive positioning, and more substantial innovations. However, it's not enough to merely define these focus fields. Companies must exhibit commitment and consistency in sticking to them. By resisting the temptation to constantly shift focus or chase after every new trend, organizations can develop a more profound expertise and create a lasting impact in their chosen domains. When managing strategic focus fields, it's crucial for companies to align their resource allocations with the prioritization of these fields. They should distribute resources, including funding, personnel, and time, in a manner that reflects the importance and potential of each focus area. High priority fields, identified as having the greatest potential impact on the company's growth and competitive advantage, should receive a profoundly larger share of resources. This alignment ensures that the most critical areas of innovation receive the attention and investment needed to get results. Large companies often face the challenge of duplicated efforts across different departments or teams, leading to inefficient use of resources. This duplication not only wastes time and money, but also creates internal competition and confusion. To optimize resource usage, companies need to systematically identify areas where efforts are being duplicated and take steps to consolidate these initiatives. This process involves fostering better communication and coordination across teams and implementing a centralized system to track and manage innovation projects, ensuring that each effort is unique and contributes distinctively to the strategic focus fields. In most companies, there are already existing assets and initiatives that, if properly leveraged, can contribute to strategic focus fields. These could be underutilized technologies, overlooked research findings, or sidelined projects that still align with the company's strategic goals. But these assets often remain inactive or are not integrated due to siloed operations or a lack of awareness. Companies must develop mechanisms to identify and harness these existing resources. In doing so, they can enhance their innovation efforts without necessarily increasing investment, ensuring that every aspect of the organization is aligned and contributing towards the strategic focus fields. Implementing these principles starts with robust oversight of your entire portfolio. A good way to do this is with matrix and Kanban board visualizations. These tools provide a clear, real-time view of all ongoing projects, their stages of development, resource allocation, and progress. By visually organizing projects in this manner, decision makers can quickly assess the health of their portfolio, identify bottlenecks, and make informed decisions about resource reallocation or project prioritization. These visual tools also enhance communication and understanding across different teams, ensuring everyone is aligned with the portfolio's status and direction. The next crucial step is to comprehensively map ongoing initiatives against the company's strategic focus fields. This involves a detailed assessment of how each project aligns with and contributes to the designated focus fields. Dynamic dashboards are particularly useful for this purpose, as they provide a live, interactive representation of the portfolio. These dashboards can be designed to display real-time key metrics such as investment levels, expected outcomes, and strategic alignment. With dashboards, managers can quickly and easily check that resources and efforts are being directed towards the most impactful areas. This level of oversight ensures that the innovation portfolio remains aligned with the firm's strategic objectives. Finally, it's important to identify connections and overlaps between ongoing initiatives. This requires an effective tagging or project categorization system. A system like this makes it easy to group and compare projects based on various criteria, such as technology used, target market, or strategic objective. By recognizing these connections, companies can avoid duplication of efforts, foster synergies between projects, and potentially combine resources for greater impact. This holistic view of the portfolio not only streamlines management, it also opens up opportunities for cross-project collaboration and innovation, further enhancing the portfolio's overall effectiveness and contribution to the firm's strategic goals. Welcome back. In this session, we'll explore how to turn innovation strategies into action with the framework of portfolio management. We'll explore effective methods to enhance the speed and efficiency of project execution, ensuring that innovative ideas are not just conceptualized, but also brought to fruition rapidly and effectively. This session is a guide to overcoming operational hurdles and embedding agility and precision in the execution phase of innovation projects. Zombie projects are a significant hurdle in the effective execution of innovation strategies, acting as a drain on resources and focus. These projects are termed zombie because, like the undead, they linger on without a clear purpose or end goal, consuming resources but yielding little to no value in return. They are projects that have lost their strategic relevance or have consistently underperformed, yet continue to receive funding and attention. Identifying and addressing these zombie projects is crucial if you want to streamline innovation efforts and ensure efficient use of resources. The emergence of zombie projects in organizations can often be attributed to three main factors: a lack of focus, confirmation bias, and fear of failure. Lack of focus arises when projects are not aligned with strategic objectives or when there's an absence of clear success metrics. Confirmation bias leads teams to continue investing in underperforming projects due to an emotional attachment or because they want to validate their initial decision. Fear of failure is another factor where teams or leaders continue with unviable projects to avoid admitting failure, hoping for a turnaround against realistic odds. Zombie projects have several negative consequences. Firstly, they result in a resource drain, diverting funds, time, and personnel away from more viable projects. This misallocation can significantly impact the organization's overall innovation capacity. Secondly, a complacency culture might develop, where mediocrity is tolerated and there's a lack of drive to innovate effectively. Finally, zombie projects can lead to workforce demoralization, where employees are forced to work on projects with no clear value or end in sight. It can diminish motivation and job satisfaction. This hinders innovation culture across the company. Addressing zombie projects is, therefore, a critical step in rejuvenating your organization's innovation pipeline. If you want to prevent the zombification of projects, you have to adopt a more agile approach to portfolio and project management. The first principle in achieving this is to establish systematic methods to identify synergies, roadblocks, and bottlenecks within the portfolio. This involves continuously monitoring and analyzing all ongoing projects to assess their progress, interdependencies, and impact on the overall portfolio. By doing so, managers can quickly pinpoint issues that may hinder project performance. They can also more easily identify opportunities for collaboration between projects and make informed decisions to streamline processes. This proactive approach ensures that resources are being utilized effectively and projects remain aligned with strategic goals. The second principle is about establishing clear and uniform processes for project delivery, reporting, and decision-making. Clear guidelines and standardized methods for project management and reporting ensure that all teams are on the same page, reducing confusion and inefficiencies. Uniformity in decision-making processes, particularly in how projects are evaluated and then continued or terminated, helps maintain objectivity and prevent bias. This clarity and uniformity not only aid in efficient project execution, but also foster a culture of transparency and accountability, which is crucial for agile portfolio management. Lastly, it's essential to enable ongoing flexibility in resource allocation and regularly perform portfolio grooming. This means being agile enough to shift resources quickly between projects as priorities change and new opportunities arise. Conduct regular portfolio grooming sessions to review the entire portfolio, reassess project priorities, and reallocate resources as necessary. This practice ensures that the portfolio remains responsive to changing market conditions and aligned with the company's strategic objectives. By maintaining this flexibility and consistently refining the portfolio, companies can avoid stagnation and ensure that their innovation efforts are focused, efficient, and effective. To implement the principles of agile portfolio and project management, start by aggregating information about the execution and connections between initiatives, resources, and capabilities. This is effectively achieved through comprehensive road mapping. A roadmap provides a visual layout of the innovation portfolio, detailing the timelines, interdependencies, resource allocations, and progress of various initiatives. It serves as a crucial tool to understand the current state of the portfolio, forecast future developments, and identify potential synergies or conflicts between projects. Regularly updated roadmaps ensure that portfolio managers have a clear, overarching view of all ongoing activities, facilitating informed decision-making and agile responses to changes. Streamlined and agile portfolio management requires a consistent data structure on a single point of truth, such as an innovation operating system. This centralized platform should house all relevant data about your innovation portfolio, including project details, timelines, resource allocations, and performance metrics. By standardizing data structures and consolidating information in one place, companies can ensure that everyone involved in the innovation process has access to up-to-date and accurate information. This single source of truth eliminates data discrepancies and silos. It fosters better communication, coordination, and efficiency across the entire innovation ecosystem. Finally, it's critical to maintain valid information on projects' resource usage, health status, and potential deviations. You can achieve this with standardized workflows and reporting mechanisms. Such systems ensure that all project updates are consistently reported, including resource expenditures, milestones achieved, and any issues or risks. This uniform approach to tracking project health and performance enables portfolio managers to quickly spot trends, address problems, and reallocate resources as needed. By having a clear and current view of each project's status, managers can make swift, informed decisions that keep their portfolio on track, balanced, and aligned with strategic goals. Hey, welcome back. In this session, we finally look at the pinnacle of innovation portfolio management. It's the ability to not just react, but to proactively align and adjust your innovation efforts to seize future opportunities. We'll show you advanced strategies to anticipate market shifts, leverage emerging technologies, and dynamically reorient your portfolio. Here, we'll explore how to position your organization at the forefront of innovation, ensuring that your portfolio is not only relevant today, but also primed for the opportunities of tomorrow. The Three Horizons model, introduced by McKinsey & Company, is a strategic framework designed to help companies balance their innovation portfolio across different timeframes and risk profiles. The first horizon focuses on core business, the business that generates the bulk of your company's current earnings. It emphasizes incremental improvements and optimizations to existing products and services. Horizon 2 involves emerging opportunities, possibly in related or adjacent markets. These are opportunities that have the potential for big future earnings, but often require substantial development. Lastly, Horizon 3 captures long-term transformative ideas that hold the potential for future growth, but are currently highly speculative in nature. This may mean entering entirely new markets, adopting emerging technologies, or pursuing radical business model changes. Traditionally, a rule of thumb for allocating resources across the three horizons has been the 70-20-10 distribution. 70% of resources toward core business in Horizon 1, 20% toward emerging opportunities in Horizon 2, and 10% of resources in transformative, high-risk ideas in Horizon 3. However, more recent research suggests that for many companies, especially in rapidly changing industries, a greater emphasis on Horizons 2 and 3 may be beneficial. This shift recognizes the increasing importance of investing in emerging and transformative innovations to stay competitive in a fast-paced market environment, even if it means accepting higher risks and longer timeframes for returns. Despite the apparent benefits of a balanced three-horizon approach, many companies struggle to maintain this equilibrium. The challenge lies in our natural tendency towards short-termism and incrementalism. It's driven by the pressure for immediate financial returns and the relative safety of investing in known, profitable areas in Horizon 1. This focus often comes at the expense of longer-term, more speculative Horizon 2 and 3 projects. The demands of shareholders, the market's emphasis on quarterly earnings, and the inherent risks associated with more transformative innovations make it challenging for companies to commit substantial resources to Horizon 2 and Horizon 3 initiatives. As a result, companies may acknowledge the importance of a balanced portfolio, but in practice, they often find themselves skewed towards safer, short-term projects, potentially missing out on significant future growth opportunities. Balancing an innovation portfolio requires a strategic shift in focus, particularly towards projects in Horizons 2 and 3. While traditional models advocate a 70-20-10 distribution across the three horizons, progressive thinking suggests aiming for a more balanced 40-30-30% ratio. This adjustment reflects a conscious effort to dedicate significant attention to Horizon 2 and Horizon 3 projects, acknowledging their critical role in future-proofing the company. By allocating more resources to these emerging and transformative opportunities, companies can better position themselves for long-term success, even if it means embracing higher levels of risk and uncertainty in the short term. Proactive risk assessment and continuous environmental scanning are crucial in maintaining this balanced portfolio approach. Companies need to constantly evaluate both internal and external factors that could impact their innovation efforts. This includes assessing market trends, technological advancements, competitive movements, and regulatory changes. By staying vigilant and adaptable, companies can anticipate and respond to changes, minimizing the risks associated with projects in Horizons 2 and 3. Regularly revisit and adjust the portfolio in response to these insights to ensure that your company remains agile and aligned with evolving market conditions. For higher success rates, you want to ensure that projects are strongly connected to your company's internal capabilities and unique market advantages. Leveraging your company's differentiated advantages, such as proprietary technologies, expert knowledge, or strong brand reputation, can enhance the potential of Horizons 2 and 3 projects. This alignment allows companies to capitalize on their strengths, increasing the likelihood of success. By meticulously aligning innovation initiatives with core competencies and competitive advantages, companies can not only foster a balanced portfolio, but also drive impactful, market-leading innovations that reinforce and extend their market position. Companies that are experienced in innovation portfolio management often use dynamic matrix visualizations to represent and derive insights from complex information. These visual tools can map your entire innovation landscape, highlighting how various projects align with strategic objectives and revealing white spots or areas of potential opportunity that are currently unaddressed. By using these visualizations, companies can maintain a clear, holistic view of their innovation efforts, ensuring balanced and strategic allocation of resources. Innovation leaders further strengthen their portfolio management by utilizing advanced tools and software for environmental scanning. These technologies are designed to detect weak signals in the external environment, which could indicate emerging risks or opportunities. By leveraging big data, AI algorithms, and market analysis tools, companies can gain insights into emerging trends, shifts in consumer behavior, and new technological advancements. This proactive approach to scanning enables firms to stay ahead of the curve, identifying and responding to changes in the external landscape that could impact their innovation strategy. The cornerstone of effective innovation portfolio management is the establishment of a single point of truth in the form of a digital innovation operating system. This centralized platform serves as a repository for all relevant data, including details of ongoing projects, external trends, and internal capabilities. It facilitates the tracking and analysis of projects, ensuring that all decision-making is based on up-to-date and accurate information. Crucially, an innovation operating system enables you to draw and analyze meaningful connections between projects, market dynamics, and internal strengths, fostering a more integrated and strategic approach to innovation. Embedding a unified system like this into the core of your innovation operations ensures all stakeholders access the same information, promoting alignment and efficiency across the organization. So that concludes our course on Innovation Portfolio Management Essentials. Thank you for joining us on this journey. As you continue to grow and innovate, we encourage you to explore our other Academy courses and online resources that you can find at itonics-innovation.com.